Am I the asshole for messing with someone who happened to be autistic? I, 19 male, am mixed, my dad's Haitian and my mom is Sri Lankan. But I have always been told I look ethnically/racially ambiguous. Whenever someone asks me where are you from, I like messing with them a little, because I think it's a little funny, especially when people look all confused, because they expected something different, and don't know what to say. And I think people need to just start asking what people are ethnically/where their parents are from instead, when that's what they really mean, and I am not even from those places. I was out with some friends, and there were a few people there I don't know, and this one girl I didn't know there asked me where I was from. I always messed with her a little, and said, oh, I was born out in Dallas, but I moved here when I was real young, still a baby. She then hesitantly asked no, but where are you from? I said, oh, I'm from the Bay, but I came down here for college. You could see her pause, and I laughed, and told her, and she just said, oh, okay. And then we didn't really speak the rest of the time, and she kept her distance from me. After my friend, 19 female, told me that the person I was messing with was autistic and has social anxiety, and I made her really uncomfortable with what I said. I said why I was just messing with her. She then responded that she got scared I thought she was racist or something, and that she just didn't like it. I didn't know she had those issues, and I didn't see anything wrong with it at first, but now I'm reconsidering and feel bad for making her uncomfortable. Not the asshole. She got scared I thought she was racist. If it can occur to her that she could be racist for asking, then she shouldn't be asking. Not the asshole. Where are you really from is a racist or at least xenophobic question. People need to stop quizzing everyone on their bloodlines. You weren't messing with her because she is autistic. You were messing with her because she asked an invasive question. Not the asshole. Autistic people, like the rest of us, should learn that where are you from is a racist question. Where are you from means where are you from. Where are you from means please explain why you are not white. I think your phrasing in your post is poor here. You aren't messing with people or making a joke. You're answering their actual question truthfully. You are from the places you've actually lived. Your ethnic heritage is entirely different. When people insist on knowing where you're really from, it implies you don't belong where you are living just because of your ethnic background, and that's racist. They might not mean it to be, but it is. You aren't messing with anyone by answering their question in a truthful way, and if they feel upset at the implications, that's 100% on them. You don't owe people comfort, especially when they are trying to make you uncomfortable. I cannot believe anyone is telling you that you were wrong here. Not the asshole. She thought she was being racist, and SHE didn't like it? The question itself is so racist. Not the asshole. Just BCZ1 has autism does not mean she can't be racist. It was a racist question. It also occurred to her that the question could come off as racist. So she has some understanding. This may be surprising, but she's racist. This would not be a question that would have occurred to her to ask a white person. Now if she was going around to every person, including white people, asking them this, then I would have a different answer. However, this was not what happened. You're not the asshole. Am I the asshole for telling my cousin to stop rearranging my apartment after she moved in? I, 23, live alone in a small apartment. Last week, my cousin Mara, 26, needed a place to crash after her roommate moved out. She said it would only be for a few days, so I agreed. Everything was fine at first. She helped with groceries and tidying up, then things started changing. After 4 days, I noticed she was rearranging my things. Not just cleaning, moving things. My bathroom cabinet, my spice rack, even the books on my shelf. I didn't mind too much at first, but yesterday when I came back home from work, I walked into my entire living room being changed around. She'd moved my couch, my desk, even put some of my decorations away because she thought they made the space look too cluttered. She seemed so proud of it, like she had done me a big favor. I tried to stay calm and just said, "Oh, you moved stuff around," and she immediately got defensive, saying she thought I'd appreciate her helping me make the place look more put together. I told her I actually preferred things the way they were, and that I would have appreciated it if she'd asked first. Now she's been quiet and petty, staying in her room with the door half shut. I've spent the evening putting my place back together, because it doesn't even feel like my apartment anymore. I'm wondering if I overreacted. I get that she's under stress, but it's my space. Is it unreasonable to expect someone to respect that? Or am I just being too sensitive? Not the asshole. It's your apartment, not hers. Ask for when she's moving out. Not the asshole. She's angling to move in permanently. You should start helping her out the door now. She's trying to get you to let her stay. She isn't planning on going anywhere. You better help her see her way to the door. This is going to end badly, not the asshole. She is not planning to leave after a couple of days. It's time to make it clear that she has outstayed her welcome and ask what her plans are now. Because I suspect you are the plan. You are not the asshole. This is enormously disrespectful behavior from a guest. Not the asshole. I would also check corners in case she peed to mark your home as hers. Not the asshole. She's not a tenant or roommate. She is a guest. She has no business reordering your apartment. The only thing she should be doing now is thanking you for your hospitality, cleaning up after herself, and resolving her own living situation ASAP. Am I the asshole for not telling someone that my sibling is a professional athlete? I, 17-ish F, have a sibling who is a professional athlete, which is something I don't tell people often, to keep my privacy. We have different last names, so people don't always realize that I'm that person's sibling. I prefer to be discreet about it. It's come up a few times at school thanks to stupid people, but never been an issue. A lot of people know, but a lot don't. Recently, I got into a situationship with someone. I didn't mention my sibling. I wanted them to get to know me first without that aspect of everything. Things were going well, until that someone found out. They're now upset that I didn't tell them, and said that I should have been honest from the beginning. Am I the asshole for not telling someone my sibling is a professional athlete? Not the asshole. They wanted you to tell them this immediately? Personally, I would find someone mentioning that their sibling is a professional athlete on the first date as entitled. Not the asshole. Your sibling isn't you, and you don't owe anyone an explanation. Not the asshole. I was friends with a guy in college for months before I found out his dad was a very famous D1 men's basketball coach. I actually really respected that he didn't use his dad for popularity. Not the asshole. You get to choose what parts of your life you share with who. Not the asshole. Would it have changed their view of you? If so, then they are not worth your time. Also, 17 and in a situationship. Not the asshole. Does he want to date your brother or something? I don't get why he is mad. How immature are they? Am I the asshole for insisting on homeschooling my stepdaughter? My husband and I have 3 girls, 3, 5, and 12. Our 12-year-old is his from a previous relationship. Our 12-year-old has an undiagnosed stomach issue. We're working with a gastroenterologist. They've done blood tests, stool tests, colonoscopies, endoscopies, biopsies down her GI tract, ultrasounds, CT scans, and MRIs. There's a few things that it might be, but nothing fits so far. We're going to another hospital across the country in a few weeks to see basically a real-life Dr. House. Her mom can be problematic. She believes in natural medicine and fought her being put on meds, gave her supplements that made her worse, withheld medication, and missed appointments. We had 50-50 custody until recently. My stepdaughter was missing 3-4 days a week of school and was falling behind, so my husband and I thought it would be best to homeschool her. We had already made the decision to homeschool our 6-year-old for other reasons, and I taught elementary and middle school in that district for nearly 20 years, so I'm qualified to teach her. Her mom refused to allow us to homeschool her because it would be unfair for us to see her on her mom's weeks, and she refused our other suggestion, which is online school through the district, because it doesn't count as real school. We were already taking her to court over the difficulty with meds and appointments, so we added the fact that she's stopping my stepdaughter from getting an appropriate education to the list. Judge sided with us, and we are able to make all medical and educational decisions, and she sees her mom for 2 hours on Saturdays while being supervised. My family and my husband's family thinks we're being cruel to my stepdaughter and her mom, especially because she had gotten better about complying with her doctor's orders after we threatened court, but wouldn't budge on homeschooling. In their minds, we took her daughter away because she didn't want her to be homeschooled. Now I'm wondering if I'm wrong for insisting on homeschooling and taking things this far. What does the 12-year-old want in all this? Yes, the mother absolutely should not be in charge of the child's medical decisions. That said, what your stepdaughter wanted to live primarily with you, go to the same school with her friends, spend every other weekend with her mom, sounds like a more ideal scenario. It is a shame her wishes were not taken into consideration. The mom for withholding meds, but also you for forcing homeschool when your stepdaughter specifically doesn't want to be homeschooled. It makes sense that she is falling behind, but why is she missing 3-4 days a week? 12 is a key time socially, and honestly homeschool will further isolate her from her peers. Has your stepdaughter been evaluated by an OBGYN? I ask because a decent number of women I know had terrible stomach issues around 10-12 years old and turned out to have endometriosis, PCOS, or something similar that started to show prior to the onset of puberty. You are the asshole. Public schools have to provide homebound tutoring to sick kids. I personally think this is a you are the asshole because there's no way you should be forcing homeschooling on this unwilling teenager. Your reasons are bizarre. That other children are discipline problems? This will affect her academically and socially, and she will resent you, and she will be correct. Being a middle school teacher does not qualify you to teach every single subject that a middle schooler learns. Info: what does your stepdaughter want to do? If your stepdaughter doesn't want to be homeschooled, then you are the asshole.